Good evening, folks. Welcome back. Another episode, another night, coming to you live. Jake Break, episode 47. Trent and I are coming to you here Sunday night again, in the regular scheduled time. We'll keep it rolling here for you this week. A lot to cover, so we'll just jump right into it. Good to see you again. Another night at it, Trent. And still loving the new background.
I know, it's a little different. I felt a little, I don't know, what you want to say. Just wanted something different last week, and we're sticking with it this week.
Love it. Love it. So, like I said, we're just going to roll right into it here, episode 47. Welcome to the show. If this is your first time listening, you are bound to be buckled up for a dandy of an episode. We have a lot of ground to cover. But if you haven't checked us out, or if you haven't checked us out before, make sure you tune into a couple of the episodes before and hit that subscribe button so you do not forget our show moving forward. So, breaking questions segment this week, Trent. We did not get any questions for us this week, so that is okay with us. Make sure to submit your questions throughout the week. Comment on our videos. Email us, DM us. Do something to send in some wild, crazy questions to us because we'll try and answer them all. But that's okay because we got plenty of other ground to cover here, Trent. So jumping right into the sports segment for this week. Big ticket item, of course, this past week was the NFL draft. I love the atmosphere in Pittsburgh. I think it was a great place for the draft. But beyond that, Trent, kind of what was your key takeaways from the draft, or what did you see?
There were some surprises. I didn't watch it live. I was just getting updates on my phone, but there were some surprises. I think Mendoza, I pretty much knew was going first overall. Mm-hmm. But I thought a lot of other picks fell. I mean, I really think the Cowboys lucked out with picking up Downs.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think Downs was probably one of, if not the most talented and influential player in the draft.
Yeah.
He's one of those players that, like, even if you're a team that needs, doesn't need a safety per se, you pick him up and you take him as collateral. He's going to make your team better. You can trade your other safeties. You can use him to trade him in the future. But to let him fall to where he did is diabolical, I think. But I'm pretty sure the Cowboys fan base would have imploded if Jerry did not pick Downs when they did.
Oh, yeah, especially the fact that we traded up was just like, dude, you better make this work. You better have something good up your sleeve here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that was a stellar pick. Also, all the drama with the Mekhi Lemon and the Steelers and the Eagles, that was pretty sick, too. For those of you who don't know, Mekhi Lemon is a wide receiver from USC, and he was on the phone with this. I think they were on pick 19. Steelers had the 21st pick, so they called Mekhi Lemon and said they were going to draft him. While Mekhi Lemon was on the phone with the Steelers, the Eagles are trying to get a hold of him. His phone's buzzing to the Eagles. Mekhi Lemon didn't answer because he's like, well, I'm getting drafted by the Steelers. It is what it is. Because at that point, the Eagles' pick was afterwards. But the Eagles traded up to the 20th and were taking Mekhi Lemon. So then the Eagles drafted Mekhi Lemon in front of the Steelers when this whole thing went down in Pittsburgh. It was just a crazy atmosphere.
Yeah, and I feel like there's all these, right, every year there's all these hidden little storylines that happen behind the scenes. But, dude, this draft was just a lot of fun to watch. I couldn't believe it. There was just tons of picks from, some of the top teams, of course. But, I don't know, I feel like there wasn't any, huge, wow picks this year in this year's draft. Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious. I guess my big takeaway from the draft is what the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation is going to look like going into the season. Nobody knows if Aaron Rodgers is coming back. And if he is, is he going to be with the Steelers? And then you got Will Howard, who was sitting on the bench last year, who is very talented but has not seen the field. And then you got Drew Aller coming in now, another Pennsylvania boy that they're throwing into the mix. So not really sure what's going on with the Steelers QB room. But it's just crazy.
And you got Rudolph.
Yeah, you got Rudolph.
And there's one more in there. So, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, they have 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So, I just hope, it was time for Aller to move on. He kind of pissed me off at the end of his career. But I really wish the best for him. I wish what happens to, like, Sean Clifford in the NFL doesn't happen to Aller, where you're just, and same thing with McSorley when he was getting bounced around from this team to that team, third string practice squad, moving all over, never seeing a down other than maybe 5 reps. I hope he does settle in somewhere as a solid backup, or eventually into a starting role. But the league is way different than college.
Oh yeah.
But another one, Diego Pavia.
Yeah, that's a great one. We didn't even touch on. Yeah.
But his draft, I don't know if it's his pro day or his the combine performance. He didn't look great. But also in college, you can get around, being a one-man show and running around all these guys and making them look stupid while you're living this lifestyle of, kind of like Johnny Manziel type of deal. The league is different, man. Like, because I think Diego is probably only, 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 foot.
Yeah, he's not a big dude.
And when you're in the league, if you're under 6 foot, like, you struggle.
Right.
And it's not like he's Kyler Murray where he has the legs. I mean, he can move, but he can't move like Kyler Murray. I would say I wasn't that surprised, but being a Heisman finalist and getting, not going undrafted is kind of crazy. And I still don't think he's been signed.
I don't think so. I mean, I checked it about an hour ago and didn't see anything. And also, I think between, what you're describing there, but also post Heisman, right? His behavior after he didn't win the Heisman was just like, what team wants to take on that personality, right? It's crazy.
I was literally just about to say, I don't think it was his talent or his physique. I think it's more so his demeanor and his character.
Right.
You hear it all the time that coaches say, when they go on recruiting visits, they're looking at how they're treating the staff, how they're treating their teammates, how they're treating the coaches, how they're treating the ball boys, how they're treating the water boys. Like, that's what they're looking at, because they know they got skill. That it's not in question. They have hours, days of film, right, that show that this guy can ball out. But you're not going to pay a guy this giant contract for him to come in and think he owns the place and just treat everyone like dog water.
Right.
So I truly, that was a very good point, and I was just about to say that if you didn't. But I think that may have been a bit of his downfall. I love the players that put their head down and they let their play do the work. You don't need to go out there and say that you're the best. If you think you're the best, go out and prove it. You don't need to say it to a camera and act like a fool.
Right.
And that's what, I forget who it was. I think it might have been Mesenbrink after he won this national. He was like, the trophies, the accolades. He goes, they're superficial. The trophies that sit on a wall. He's like, at the end of the day, it feels good right in that moment to win, but like after you win, it's kind of this empty feeling. So he's like, all those accolades and trophies and accomplishments, they're much, I don't know, they're just not the ultimate goal. And I think those people that have that stuck in their headspace as far as like winning the Heisman or whatever, it can be a downfall. And I think we saw that this year in the draft.
Oh, 100%, without a doubt.
I think we even saw that when Will Levis a couple years ago. Like, you saw he was expecting to get drafted like top 5, top 10, and every time his name wasn't called, you saw his live reaction. And I think teams picked up on that, and they were like, no, we're not going to have this sour kid on our team.
Yeah, because, I mean, as a GM, like you said, Trent, you want to bring in somebody of high character but high talent. But, at the end of the day, if you're bringing in a toxic character right from the jump, you're not doing anything for your team. I mean, you can have the most talent in the world, but if he is just a disease to the locker room, I mean, why would you want that? I'm not saying that's the case for Diego Pavia, but that's the facade, or like the I guess the picture that he painted with behavior after the Heisman.
Yeah, and I just think too is you want a player that's going to come in to practice and work like a dog.
Yeah.
You know, if I was a coach, I want people to come in there that think, you know, nothing is owed to them and that they are working their tails off to be the best player on the field in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need guys walking in already thinking they're the best player in that position.
Right.
I forget who it was. Was it Diego? I think it was. When he had his meetings with a few teams, he said that one GM or something asked him about how he would adjust to being in a backup role. And he said something along the lines of, I'm not, you know, coming to a team to play a backup. I'm coming to be a starter. Like, and that just kind of shows, like, the correct answer would have been there, you know, like, I'm here to help my team succeed in any way I can. And if it's, you know, starter, first string, second string, third string, I'm going to be here day in, day out. That would have been the right thing to say. So you want someone who's coming in and working their tail off because they know that they're just trying to get better day in and day out.
Well, and I mean, talking about the quarterback situation, I mean, a pick that personally surprised me was Ty Simpson going in the first round to the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, talk about the perfect setup behind a veteran quarterback in Matt Stafford that knows how to play the game at a high level with great atmosphere, great system, great coaching staff, great weapons around him. I mean, let's just say it as it is. Matt Stafford is probably one injury away. You don't wish this on anybody, but he's probably one injury away from just calling it quits, right? He was kind of on the fence last year of retiring or not. You talk about a perfect situation. You know, I don't know if it's a better position than what Mendoza's in right now, but it paints a prettier picture because you're learning from a good vet that has found success in the league, and you're in a good system, a productive system, you know, a franchise that's won a lot recently. Good for him.
Because they still have Stetson, right?
So I'm not sure what that situation looks like. I think maybe, but I'm not sure.
That was such a weird thing with him after he was signed, and then he took so much leave, and that was just a weird scenario.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the situation is there now anymore.
But watching like Sean McVay's reaction after they drafted him, like you could tell he was like, "What the hell?" But like you make a very good point that he's literally Stafford is one injury away from just calling it wraps.
Right.
Like, so if you can get some reps under a veteran quarterback, that's what's huge for these young guys coming in.
Yeah.
Because it's, like I said, it's a complete different ball game going from college to going from the NFL. You stick a rookie in there with no veteran, training, stick him in there the first game, they're going to have 3 picks, easy. Because imagine throwing Stafford in a game and having 3 picks. What do you think a rookie would do? Right? Like, it's a complete different mindset, a complete different skill level.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I agree with you 100%. And overall, I think it was a pretty good draft. Like, I'm happy as a Cowboys fan. I know there's some teams out there, of course, every year that are not thrilled about their draft experience. But as a Cowboys fan, I'm riding high right now. I thought we had a great draft. We traded some picks, too, to get some linebacker depth for Winters, I think was his name, from the 49ers, which we needed. We drafted linebackers. Dude, I'm not saying it, or I'm not calling it, and I'm not jinxing ourselves, but Jerry had a master class in the draft this year, Trent. It was an A-plus grade, in my opinion, as a very biased Cowboys fan, but folks at ESPN said the same thing. So, well done, Jerry. Well done, Jerry, if you listen to this.
Jake, I think you might have said the similar thing last year.
Oh, yeah. That was after I whipped the cowboy hat out that I got behind here and said, they're back. They're back, baby. And then I think they went on a 3 or 4 game losing streak. So,
and then they traded Micah.
It was just a disaster. The wheels fell off and came to a screeching halt after that. So I'm leaving the hat as it is. But, Jerry, well done. That's all I got to say.
But other than that, Jake, moving on. What about your Penguins?
Dude, they have been awful through 3 games, right? I think they are playing the Phillies game right now, which is not their game, right? Philly wants to make it a grimy, just scumbag hockey, as Biz calls it. They want to make it a scumbag hockey game, and the Penguins should not stoop to that level. I think the first game, it started creeping that way. Second and third game were just out of hand. I think like the Penguins stooped to that level. They did not stick to the game plan. They were searching all night long. Looked awful. And credit to the Flyers. I think they were arguably probably the hottest team or one of the hottest teams going into the playoffs. But the Penguins looked awful. Awful, dude. I mean, all across the board. Carlson and Letang looked horrible at the blue line, giving up pucks, odd man rushes, no great entry into the offensive zone. Couldn't hardly get any shots at the net. And when they did, they were 30 feet left, right, high, nowhere near the net to even get a chance or a deflection. But they came back to life in game 3. They won. Now they got to win 3 more. Not sure that can happen, especially if they're going back to Philly another time. But getting back on home ice is going to be huge. Sheedlov's had a great game. I think Skinner struggled a little bit in game 3, but realistically, first 3 games, Skinner was the one that kept us in those games. If Skinner was not in the net making some of the saves that he did make, we were getting blown out every single game. So I'm excited. There's life for the Pittsburgh Penguins. There's excitement around the team, but to pull off 4 straight against Philly, against this Philly Flyers team, I just don't see a world where that happens. But NHL playoffs have still been very exciting outside of that series. But, yeah, just a wild weekend in sports, though, Trent. I mean, not that I want to hog time for my favorite teams, but at the end of the day, I think it still needs to be addressed. The Red Sox firing their manager, Alex Cora, and I think 4 other coaches. Thankfully, Jason Varitek is still going to be on the staff. They're, figuring out a position for him, Red Sox legend. I hope they never get rid of the guy. The guy knows how to win, but I'll be honest with you, Trent, I'm not sure that's a great move to get rid of Alex Cora. Hitting coach, I 100% agree with. They couldn't hit, a barn door from 10 feet away. But, I mean, when you look at the lineup and you got 5 guys in the starting lineup hitting under 200, 20-plus games into the season, that's pretty bad. But Cora's won with this team. Cora has taken them to the World Series. He's won with them in the World Series. I'm just not sure I'm liking this move because the GM, the ownership, has not invested in this team talent-wise, especially this year, to make them successful, right? You still have the log jam in the outfield. I think there's ways you can work around that, and Cora maybe didn't make some great moves there, but realistically, you didn't really solidify the infield well. You didn't get a power bat back now that you let Bregman walk. I mean, the bullpen is a disaster. Tolley comes in from, the minor leagues, pitches a whale of a game against the Yankees, 11 strikeouts through 6 innings, gives up 1 earned run. And then the bullpen comes in and gives up 3 more runs. And, of course, the Red Sox aren't going to score more than 4 runs in a game unless they're playing the Orioles. And they drop, get a season sweep, against the Yankees. I'm not a fan of the move. They won again today, but I'm not a fan of the move. We'll see what happens. I mean, after you pound the Orioles 17-1 and you fire the head coach, not a great look, but I don't know. We'll see. It's early enough to be okay, but as a Red Sox fan, I'm not okay with being in last place in the division.
Yeah, it's a bold move. Someone will scoop them up.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, but
and the players love them. I mean,
yeah. And 2, that always is like there's times when firing a coach or coaches, it boosts morale in the locker room because all the players are behind it. But something like this, where this can actually really screw things up, especially when the players were in full support of the coach and really liked the guy. But at the end of the day, it's business.
Mm-hmm.
So if the ownership thought that's what was best, then I guess time will tell.
Well, and I'll tell you this, Trent. This is the last thing, and I'm done with my Red Sox rant for the night here. I'm tired, so I'm in a ranting type mood. You want to talk about a scumbag type ownership group? When they played the Yankees, they had Yankees apparel in the Red Sox merchandise store. They had a Yankees World Series home plate celebrating the World Series team from several years back. You want to talk about a money grab? That is awful, dude. You have arguably the greatest rivalry in sports with the Red Sox and Yankees, and you're trying to sell them merchandise? Why are they even in the store?
Yeah, I didn't even know
You're
that.
in Fenway Park. Like, why are you trying to sell merchandise to your opposing team? Like, if I would go to the Bronx and go to Yankee Stadium, and as a Red Sox fan, I'm not going in there shopping for a New Era, Red Sox hat or Red Sox apparel. Like,
I'm not even
like,
looking. I'm
no,
not even looking. Yeah.
I'm not even going in that store. Why do I want to have any point in the Yankees apparel? Let alone walk in the store and think, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to buy Red Sox stuff at Yankee Stadium. Like, this ownership group is just that's a great example of it. Let's grab money where we can, but let's not invest it into the team. One of the best historically, notarized teams in all of the MLB. You do a scumbag move like that. Like, sell the team.
I guess they don't have money to pay players, so in order to get the money, they're going to start selling Yankees merchandise.
Dude, I'm telling you what, Trent. If they're going to sell Yankees merchandise, maybe get, a few $100 off of a handful of people for 3 days at Fenway, surely there's somebody else that can write them a check for that fund to pay for it. I mean, it's ridiculous, dude. I mean, I just don't understand it. Sell the team. Please, for the love of Boston and all Red Sox fans, sell the team. Let somebody that loves the city of Boston, loves the Red Sox, run the team like it should be to get us back in the World Series in contention. Firing Alex Cora was not the move. Hitting coach, I understand. They were terrible. They couldn't hit the ball off of a tee if you let them. No fault to the players. They're great players, but philosophy was awful. And then you do this scumbag move. Sell the team. Now. Never make a World Series with this attitude. It's crazy, dude. Tired of it.
Are you offering to buy it, Jake?
If I had deep enough pockets, I'd buy it tomorrow. I would be the owner, the GM. I'd pull a Jerry Jones. I'd be the owner, GM, head coach, assistant GM, director of player person. I'd do everything like Jerry does in Dallas.
Fire everybody, just you.
Just me. I'd be the face of the franchise, Trent.
You're going to change the logo just to be your face.
No. I'd keep everything the same. Uniforms the same. The Red Sox the same. Everything would be the same. But I'd pull a Jerry and just be in charge of everything for the Boston Red Sox.
I think on the Green Giant, we put the Jake Break podcasts on the wall.
I would love that. I think the Green Monster could put a great logo right in the middle of it for the Jake Break podcast. If anybody knows or has any connections to Fenway Park or Boston Red Sox organizational management or ownership, please put them in contact with this podcast. I'd love to have a discussion with them. That concludes the sports segment for this week, folks. I'm fired up. So we're going right into the gas and break segment for the week, Trent, because I'm fired up, man. It's late, I'm tired, and I'm just over the Red Sox at this point, man.
Have at it.
So I'm actually going gas on something because I don't think I could pump the brakes any harder on the Red Sox. So I'm going gas on trout fishing in the rain. This weekend I went trout fishing in some mountain streams. Caught some dandies out there, but there wasn't a pile of people out because it was just downpouring all day. I mean, it was a great time. I love trout fishing, but, I'd go whenever it would be raining some and stuff, but I'm telling you, it was raining hardcore up where I was at. We were ripping them out left and right. It was a beautiful, calm day, but nothing is more calming than just being out on the creek, throwing in a line, catching a couple trout here and there. Nice, easy, calm day. I mean, the wind wasn't blowing. It was cool, but it wasn't super cold. So I'm going gas on trout fishing in the rain.
That's solid. I always love the rain. Something about the spring rain when it's not too miserable outside. It's just peaceful.
100%.
Jake, but I'm pumping the brakes this week again. I'm going all brakes on gas prices.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like, what the heck? I mean, it's nuts because, gas right across the street is $4.35.
Oh, my gosh.
And then I go to a gas station that's 2 miles the other way, and it's, $3.99. But, still, I miss back in the day when it was, back in our day, I should say, $2.90, $2.80 a gallon of gas.
Yeah.
What? It's just an absolute monstrosity.
I loved it because I could throw like $40 on the counter and that'd fill up the tank pretty good usually.
Yep. Yeah, now, like, filling up my truck, it's like $85, $90. Like, it's just nuts.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, I'm not burning a ton of gas, but when I do, it's just awful.
Yep. And two, like, the thing that also frustrates me about gas is something in the world happens where they are like, oh, the oil reserves, they're very quick to raise the prices an insane amount, right?
Overnight.
But then whenever something happens, that they're like, oh, whatever it is, ceasefire or the strait is open, when something like that happens, when that means that oil should be flowing naturally, the prices don't come down.
Oh, no.
If the prices, I wouldn't be as frustrated if the prices would drop as fast as they rise, but like, it's insane that you can go to bed one night and it can be $3.75 and the next morning it's over $4.
100%.
Like, it's bonkers, man.
Well, and the crazy part of it too is we're even worse because in PA, I don't know, I don't understand it all, but apparently like PA has like some for gas tax on it. So we're like one of the most expensive states as far as gas goes. Like I know when I went to Maryland a handful of times, gas was like significantly cheaper in Maryland.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is like the second or third highest gas tax in the nation.
Jeez. Man.
Yeah, it's nuts. And like, the thing is, I get it. If we have one of the highest gas taxes in the nation, and then if our roads were immaculate, I get it, right? You have one of the highest gas taxes, your roads are immaculate. Fair trade-off. But when our gas tax is like the highest in the nation, and there's roadwork 25.8, and our roads are still cheeks, I don't get it, man. Like, I'm going down a highway, and I feel like I'm going to break a tire rod.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but that's for a topic for another day.
I would 100% agree with that. Yeah.
But, yeah, so I guess now we're into the blind draft. So last week, Jake, we did worst things to happen at a wedding. And I ended up winning that one 67% to 33%. So in total, I have 22, you have 18 wins, we have 4 ties, and the special guests have 2.
Good one. Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that one. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a little bit different, but I enjoyed it. Listeners seemed to enjoy that one too. But for this week, Jake, thought of the idea when I hopped on. This week we're robbing a bank. I'm not just kidding. Just kidding. Psych. No.
I will rob a bank to buy the Fenway or to buy the Red Sox. So
you have to rob a big bank.
True, very, very.
This week we were doing like the ultimate bank heist team. So we're not counting ourselves. We can do people that are dead or alive. Okay. No fictional characters. Have to be real people. You can't pick like Mr. Incredible.
Okay. That's good to know. I was going to say like
or like Yogi Bear,
I'll follow you now. But like if it was like I'm trying to think of somebody like an actor in a movie or like
Correct.
a show.
You can use that person. It just has to be a real person. You can't pick like some Elasti-Woman or Iron Man or Batman or something like that.
Yeah.
But you can pick an actor that was in a movie, of course.
I love it.
So who flipped? I think you flipped this week, right?
I think I do. What's your choice?
I'm going heads.
Flip a coin.
It's tails.
Oh, it's tails. All right. My very first pick is one that I'm very excited about. I think it's going to be a slam dunk right out the gates. Need a good getaway driver with any good heist, so I'm going with Mr. Paul Walker.
That's a good pick. I need to make sure I have this name right, Jake, because I'm thinking of a guy. Yeah, but I think I'm going to save him.
Okay.
Okay. So, I need to have a sharpshooter in case something goes south.
Okay.
So I'm going Chris Kyle.
I was thinking that's maybe the route you were going. Great pick.
Just in case it gets a little western.
Yeah.
I have someone who has a decent military background, knows how to sweep a building, not miss a shot. So yeah, Chris Kyle. And for those of you who don't know, Chris Kyle, the movie American Sniper, that's him.
Yeah. Yeah. For mine, my second pick, I'm going to go kind of the same route. Real intense guy. No stealth, offensive tactics, spy type material. I'm going to go Daniel Craig, Mr. 007 himself.
All right, Jake. I need a distraction.
Okay.
I need someone who can, work a little bit of magic, kind of create a diversion if need be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Kevin Hart.
Oh, that's such a good pick. Dude.
We need someone to crawl through a little spot. We got him. He's like a midget. So, yeah. My distraction, small space fitting heist member, Kevin Hart.
Great pick, man. That's a good one. Let's see here. What else? So, for my third pick, I got some good choices here that I'm excited about, but I'm trying to decide if you're going to pick some of these or not. So, I'm going to save a couple of them. For my third pick, if we have to go way out in a remote area to hide out for a little while, get off the grid, you need somebody that knows the lay of the land and knows how to survive off the land. So for my third pick, I'm going to go with, and he also has some special combat training, Bear Grylls.
Jake, my driver, I'm going the one and only Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, man, that's so good. Son of a gun.
Yeah.
How did I not think of that? Great pick. This is tough. You need somebody with a little muscle. Somebody that's willing to move the heavy stuff. Great personality too. Intimidator, right? A guy that is willing to, flex his muscle a little bit. I'm going to go with Mr. T in his prime.
Mr. T. Well, Jake, right along those lines, I need someone who's a little scary. Throw someone out of the way.
I know where you're going with this.
I already have Kevin Hart. We got to go Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I knew exactly who you were picking.
I might have all five that I had written down, Jake. This is going to be fantastic.
This last pick, I'm really tied on. This is so tough. Because you need like a mastermind behind the operation. Somebody that's smooth, calm, cool, collected in a high tense situation. Somebody that can execute a plan. Somebody that can make a plan. Somebody that can, rally the troops. And this is where I'm tough. Like, I got two picks I think would be great for either one of those. But I'm going to pick one of them right here, right now. Just based off of some movies I've seen with him in. We go with George Clooney.
Okay.
I don't think he'd be game to do this, but I think he would be a great mastermind behind it.
Jake, I have a mastermind. I have someone who can execute a plan. I have someone that specializes in something that's needed for a bank heist. I'm going Mr. Harry Houdini. He can pick locks. He can do it underwater. He can make things disappear. Mr. Harry Houdini himself.
That is definitely not the pick I thought you were going with there at all.
Where'd you think I was going?
I had no idea, but Harry Houdini was probably number 100 on the list of 5 that I thought you were going to pick.
Say you get to a lock, and you're like, crap, we forgot our bolt cutters. Chris Kyle, he ran out of bullets. He can't shoot it off. Harry Houdini says, oh, easy work.
It makes sense.
Snaps his fingers, door comes open.
It 100% makes sense. It was just one I did not even have on my radar at all.
I got all 5 of my picks. I'm happy.
Dang,
I only had 5 names written down too, so.
I was going to say, if there was an honorable mention, anyone else you would throw on that list, but it sounds like you're well set.
I was going to put Shane Gillis on there.
Oh, yeah, good vibes guy. Yeah.
That, but then also, like, he could be a very good distraction because he could do his whole, Down syndrome act.
Oh, and just his whole comedy routine.
Exactly. Like, he could just be... But, like, it was bounced between Kevin Hart and Shane Gillis, but then when I thought about The Rock, I'm like, The Rock and Kevin Hart already have so much chemistry.
True. My God. Are you actually going to rob a bank? I mean, you thought really great about this.
Yes. No. No, I'm not going to rob a bank, Shane.
So my honorable mention was Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, that's a good pick.
I know people are going to be like, oh, you're such a fanboy, Jake, because I definitely have picked him before, and I'm a huge McConaughey fan. But I'm not sure where I'd put him in this list. Him and George Clooney were kind of intermixed for my list because McConaughey, I think, could develop a good plan. But this guy is such a smooth talker. Like, I think that he could talk anything into existence. I mean, if you get into a tight bind, like a tight spot in an operation like this, he can just smooth it out.
Yeah.
Work his magic, be all good.
Have you ever seen the movie Baby Driver?
Oh, yeah. I was going to pick him as my driver, but I decided against it then.
That's a great movie. If you haven't watched it, highly recommend.
Yeah, I'm a big music guy, too, so, like, I'm not saying this is me, but, like, after I watched that movie for the first time, I was like, man, this is so sick. Like, I created playlists for, like, different driving occasions for a while. I was like, man, I'm going to lock in, like, Baby Driver, dude. And, like, I rolled with that for a while, and I was just like, dude, you're actually crazy. That's a whole different story, but I get so into movies that it actually changes who I am for like at least a day or two.
Yeah.
Like I'll have a period in time, like even today, for example, I went to a great, not to sidetrack here, because we want to go over our blind drafts, but I went to a great performance. A guy was basically doing like Billy Joel music, right? He was impersonating Billy Joel, or not impersonating, but he was doing a lot of performances of Billy Joel music. It was awesome, absolutely incredible. It would be awesome to get him on the show sometime. So I won't reveal his name now till we see if we can get him on the show. But I mean, after that show today, I was like, man, I would love to go into the entertainment industry. Like, I'm not sure I could do the singing. Like, I would love to sing, but I just don't think I have the voice for it. But I would love to get into the entertainment industry, which is what we're doing here today. But I mean, dude, that is a perfect description. Like, I'm not saying when I watch a war movie and I'm like, man, I'm going to war tomorrow. Like some people can, but I get so into movies and shows. Like, it literally changes me for a good solid day of my personality.
I don't get that. Well, the thing is, I don't watch that many movies, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, but now going back to the blind draft, though, my picks were Paul Walker at 1, Daniel Craig at 2, Bear Grylls at 3, Mr. T at 4, and then George Clooney, number 5.
I have Chris Kyle at 1, Kevin Hart at 2, Dale Earnhardt at 3, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at 4, and Harry Houdini at number 5.
Yeah, those are some good lists. I know I say it every week. I don't know, dude. You got so much diversity of skill set on your team that I think you might edge me out again this week. But we'll see. We'll let the people vote on Tuesday morning when that gets sent out. So be sure to check us out on the Instagram poll to vote. If you do not have Instagram, send us a DM on TikTok. Send us an email at thejakebreakpodcast@gmail.com. Leave a comment on the Spotify. Wherever you can get a hold of us to let us know your vote. Every vote matters in these polls. So please let us know.
but also this blind draft. This is complete fiction.
Yeah.
This is not real. We are
Yes.
not attempting to rob a bank at any given point.
No.
This is all just made up for comedic factor.
Right.
We don't need to be reported to the FBI. We don't need swatted.
100%. And yeah, I agree. Good disclaimer there, Trent. Do not want to lose my career over a very comedic blind draft here. So very good. But yeah, be sure to vote on that on Tuesday or sometime here this week. Tuesday it will be released on Instagram, so that's the best time to vote. But talking about the new things that have come out here recently, Trent, I know last week we had talked about that 3D archery YouTube video that dropped on the 23rd at noon. Be sure to check that out if you have not yet. Some amazing content. Trent put in the work for the editing there. It looks ridiculously good. Very happy with how it turned out. It's a lot of fun. A little bit longer content than what we're usually running, here, and just a little bit different product, right? Get to see us live in action. There's some wild stuff that happens on this archery shoot. Trent makes some incredible shots. I make some shots that just leave your head scratching and thinking, what the world just happened? But it is very entertaining. A good precursor to what's to come here in the coming month or two. So, but also, quick shout out to some folks that have watched it already. Want to just reply to one comment here live on the show, Trent, if that's all right with you.
Yep.
We had somebody by the name of Michelle comment on our video and say, "You're the best." Only comment I'll say is you did use the wrong yards. In that instance, it's like you are. So a little bit of a spelling error on your end, but the heartfelt message still came across the right way. We appreciate it. I'm not saying we're the best, but Michelle, I think you might be the best because you commented on that video and are growing this program. So if you have not watched, liked, or commented on that video, check it out this week. It is incredible. It was a lot of fun to make. Like I said, more to come in the future there on that one.
All right. Yeah, I think that's all I got for this week, Jake.
Very good. I think that's all I got for the week here as well, Trent. Be sure to let us know what we're missing, something more you want to hear. Episode 50 is creeping up here. We got some big plans for the big celebration here in 3 weeks, but make sure to send in some questions for the Breaking Questions segment. We are out of questions at the present moment. So, till next week, we'll see you then. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in.